Module 7, Lesson 23's objective is to collect and record measurement data in a table, answer questions, and summarize the data set. Item 2A says, use your ruler to measure the lines below in inches. Record the data using tally marks on the table provided. I'm going to underline the important details. Measure the lines below in inches. Record the data using tally marks. Now let's go ahead and measure line A. As you can see, I've inserted a picture of a ruler. When measuring line A, I'll make sure the edge of the line is where the edge of my ruler is. As you can see, the line ends right here, which is where the 3 is on the inch side of my ruler. So line A is equal to 3 inches. And I'm going to write it right on the line. Now I'll measure line B. Line B looks like the line ends right here on my inch ruler, which is where the 6 is. Line B is 6 inches. Now I'll move my ruler and measure line C. Line C goes to the 5 on my inch ruler. So line C is 5 inches. I'm going to let you do lines D, E, F, and G on your own. Next, I need to put the tally marks on the table. Line A is 3 inches. 3 inches is shorter than 4 inches, so I'll put a tally mark here. Line B is 6 inches. 6 inches is longer than 4 inches, so I'll put a tally mark here. Line C is 5 inches. 5 inches is also longer than 4 inches, so I'll put a tally mark here. Now you put tally marks for lines D, E, F, and G in the table, just like we did with lines A through C. Item 2B says, how many more lines are shorter than 4 inches than equal to 4 inches? I'll underline the important details. How many more lines are shorter than 4 inches than equal to 4 inches? Well, I know that this means I'll be comparing two different groups. The group of lines that is shorter than 4 inches compared to the group of lines that is equal to 4 inches. In order to do this, I will need to make an equation. I can make an equation by writing the number of lines that are shorter than 4 inches on this line, and writing the number of lines that are equal to 4 inches on this line. I could show that using a green line for you to remind you, since I underlined equal to 4 inches there. Now, since I'm comparing the two different groups, that means I'm finding the difference between the two different groups. And in order to do that, I must subtract. So I'll put a subtraction sign there. Whatever the answer is here can be written on this line. But always remember, you must show your work so your teacher knows how you got the answer. Now let's look at item C. That says, what is the difference between the number of lines that are shorter than 4 inches and those that are longer than 4 inches? Again, we're going to be comparing two groups. I'll underline what is the difference between the number of lines that are shorter than 4 inches and those that are longer than 4 inches. Again, we will make an equation. The ones that are shorter, the number of shorter lines will go on that line. And the number that are longer will go on this line. And since we're comparing, or we are looking for the difference, that means we must subtract. So I'll put a subtraction sign there. The answer that goes in this box will go right on this line. Again, you must show your work so your teacher knows how you solve the problem. Item D says, ask and answer one comparison question that could be answered using the data above. As I look at the data above, I see item B again that asks for how many more lines are shorter than 4 inches than equal to 4 inches. We could write another comparison question just like this one, but instead of asking for how many more lines are shorter than 4 inches, we could say how many more lines are longer than 4 inches than equal to 4 inches. So let's do that now. I'll start my question with a capital letter. How many more lines are, instead of writing shorter this time, I'll put longer. Longer than 4 inches than equal to 4 inches. Of course, the directions did tell us that we need to ask and answer the question. So let me move this ruler out of the way. This time, I will draw a line for the number that are longer than 4 inches and compare it to the number that are equal to 4 inches. Again, since we are comparing, we are finding the difference, and that means we must subtract. Don't forget, whenever you answer a question that's a word problem, we must answer the question in a complete sentence. Blank more lines are longer than 4 4 inches than equal to 4 inches. This number goes right there. All right, the rest is up to you. Good luck.